Grand Rising World, kings and queens, gods and goddesses. My soul tribe, your vibe attracts your tribe. So my soul tribe, this is definitely for you guys. My soul tribe, this is definitely for you guys. And I won't be too long-winded. You guys know how I get down. First thing I want to talk about before we go into talking about the importance of your soul tribe. I know it's early in the AM. I gave you guys absolutely no warning that I was going live. The way my lives usually work is I'm led by the spirit. It seems like when I attempt to do things on my own accord, it never works out. The last time I attempted to do something on my own accord, Facebook shut me down in the midst of talking about something real that had absolutely nothing to do with what they're so afraid of. Me talking the truth about what's going on with the government, the shots and all of that. But this ain't that. This ain't that. What I am doing now is I am feeding my cells, alkaline in my body. When you alkaline your body, your thoughts tend to become clearer. As it pertains to the law of attraction, it's easier to attract those things or connect to those things that you desire for yourself. So let me partake in my regimen like I do around this time before I take it there with you guys. This is called, well, excuse me, I apologize. The watermelon good as hell though. This is called Electrolyte. Not Electrolyte, but Electrolyte, but it gives you all of the electrolytes that your body needs. So no, it's not Pedialyte, it's called Electrolyte. And I can't find it anywhere except at the truck stop. But it's good. So the first thing I take is my black seed oil. Well, not necessarily the first thing, but it's in front of me, so I'll make it the first. I take my black seed oil. Everything with me is about immune system boosting. I don't believe in meds. I don't believe in all that other shit that the government trying to throw on us, trying to convince you that what your body needs doesn't naturally grow from the earth already, or it's not a concoction that you can go into your own kitchen and make. Don't believe that. I am my grandfather's grandson. Not the best tasting, but it's definitely helpful. The orange flavor good. Then I take my Spirulina. Take me about 2 of these. Again, boost your immune system. And all of these things that I'm naming, if you don't know much about it, just do a quick search on it. Then I'm gonna take my fiber capsule. And you will always hear me say this: the average person, whether male or female, does not get enough fiber in their diet. If you know you aren't getting enough fiber in your diet, please get you some capsule. This makes one hell of a difference in your diet. It does. I'm talking about as far as balancing you, as far as your bowel movement, as far as your energy levels. Everything is in your gut. Your gut is a second brain. There's a reason why, you can say, I want to eat this watermelon, and then when you put it up to your mouth, your stomach turn, because your stomach like, nah, I don't want that shit inside of me. So your stomach is a second brain, so you got to keep your gut. Just like you invest into this right here, you got to invest into this right here. You have to do that, you guys. And fiber is one of those things. It's an essential. It's a lifeline. It really is. Like, and I'm gonna throw a number out there because I don't remember it. Like, let's say the average male needs about 42 grams of fiber a day. Let's say the average female needs about 34 grams, because I do remember that the female's volume is lower than the male's volume. Let's just say the male and the female need those numbers. The average person is only receiving 7 grams of fiber a day. So you do the math. right? And then my probiotic. They got the pre's and they got the pros. This is my probiotic. This is food for the gut. Again, food for your gut. This is your second brain. You got to feed it. These are live enzymes. Live enzymes. All right. So now that I've done that, done myself my due diligence, now let me talk to you about why it's important that you attract your soul tribe. And shout out to those of you that are checking in. Please make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Share this video. Any ways that you want to support me, I drop my cash up on the page. Any ways that you want to support me, any content that you want me to speak on specifically, let me know. So here's the thing. We are in a society where I'm beginning to notice that what seemed to be all fun and games is not fun and games at all. It's become so real. We've become so succumbed to the matrix that we forget that we are actually living in the matrix. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it with my own eyes. I'm seeing how we're so divided, whether it's race, whether it's politics. Now we're divided as it pertains to what we do or what we don't with our own bodies. They got us arguing and feuding, and division is occurring, and I'm noticing it between friends and family, so-called friends, so-called family. People not really vibing the way they used to vibe because they've thrown so much fear at us that it's like at one time we knew what they were doing, and we just knew like, here they go with that bullshit again. Now it's like we know that they full of shit. We know that they lying, but at the same time, we are starting to feed into it to where it's becoming a real thing, even in our own households. Even in our own households. And the more fear that they throw at you, the lower your vibes. It lowers your vibes. Your sole purpose for even existing is to remember what your purpose is. That's why it's called remember. Remember means to rejoin. So in order for you to attract your soul tribe, you have to vibe at a certain altitude so that you can attract those that you need to know, so that they can walk this path with you and you guys can walk this path together. Simply put, we're outnumbered. Those of us that know this information, those of us that operate, I guess you could say, along those lines and metrics, we know that. But they are bombarding us with so much fear, so much misinformation, so much nonsense. And we're watching those that once knew their way slowly but surely losing their way. And they're starting to feed into it. We are outnumbered. You got to alkaline. You have to alkaline your body. You have to become more conscious of your thinking, more conscious of what you feed into, more conscious of what you're allowing yourself to be entertained by, more conscious of how you respond to people, more conscious of how you deal with your emotions. You have to become more in tune with yourself. You have to go into yourself. When you sleep, and this is what I've been doing, it's been working for me. Now when I sleep, I've always listened to audible books or some sort of meditation music at night. It's as if I can't sleep without it. Excuse me. But now what I do is, when I'm sleeping, you know how, like when you're subconscious, you know when this is being conscious. Subconscious is when you're asleep, per se, and you're aware that you're asleep and you're talking to yourself while you're asleep internally, not out of your mouth, but internally. So now when I sleep, I internally go within and I say, align my chakras, balance me, remove anything from me that doesn't need to be in me or around me. Any darkness, any negativity, anything of the such. Why is this important? The reason why we sage to begin with is because energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only transfer. So let's say like you have this gathering at your home, right? You don't know what kind of energy those people are bringing. Now, let's just say you got some sort of calamity in your house that's going on, a disagreement, or people have real issues and real relationships, right? And let's say you know, these individuals come over for this gathering, and then that energy, what they call the spirits, those spirits, they at the party too. And whether they can, if they see depression, whether it's on you or the children, if they see filthiness, nastiness, dirtiness, if they see a house of calamity and shambles, if they see negative energy, guess what? When those people leave, guess what them spirits gonna do? They're gonna stay behind. Guess what's gonna happen when those spirits stay behind? It's gonna cause more calamity in your household. You're gonna start wondering why things just can't get right. This is why you must sage after your company leaves. You must sage every part of your house. Every part of your house, your closets, under your bed, your basements, your attics. You must sage every part of your house, because they'll camp out. Like, there's a such thing as these spirits not only attaching themselves to you, but they can attach themselves to objects. They can attach themselves to pictures. They can attach themselves to statues. They can do that. So it's not even about attaching itself to a person. They can attach themselves to things. You mess around and know you set something right here, and then look around and it's not there no more. It's over here. And you don't know how I got there. They can attach themselves to things. Imps, in particular, like to play tricks. They are the lesser evils, but they are the ones that like to play tricks. They like their children. They like to play tricks. They the ones that hide stuff from you. They the ones, if you walking through the forest or you walking through the woods and you thought you saw something and it's not there, but it was something small, because the imps, they not tall at all. The imps are very little. So like something little, like the little elves, the little fairies, they are part of the fairy society, so to say. But they play tricks, and they are the number ones. They are the number one entities that are actually known to be in the houses and around, and the one that's playing the tricks and stuff. They the ones that sometimes when the babies are looking up, smiling and stuff, they talking to them. Or when the baby just start crying and you can't stop the baby from crying, they talking to them. They just do things by nature, but they can't hurt you. I said all that to say this. Your vibe truly attracts your tribe. Before you can start changing people around you, you have to change within yourself. You have to go within yourself. And that's something that I've started doing, and I know that it actually works. I had an episode the other night, and it was crazy, like wrestling. I wrestled with an imp the other night, and it was crazy, and I'll tell you all about it, Phoenix, when I talk to you. But I wrestled with an imp the other night, and that's the reason why I'm even addressing the imp. Like, I wrestled with one the other night because when I was asleep, and I went internally, and I told myself, align your chakras, heal. Anything that doesn't need to be a part of you, let it go. Anything that is around you that shouldn't be, let it go. And I'm asleep. I'm laying on my stomach. I'm asleep, right? And I feel this, you know, like those of you that are familiar with astral projection, you know, like when you astral project, your spirit or your soul raises up out of your body while your body is actually laying there. I've done it numerous of times. But that's kind of like what it was. I'm laying on my stomach, and then this black cloud of smoke or dust began to raise up out of my back. And I remember, and you know when you're asleep, you know you're asleep. And me, I'm so fearless with it that I don't even try to wake up. Like before, I used to try to wake up when I was like a lot younger. And I was on a lower level than what I am now as far as in having the knowledge of self and being spiritual. I used to try to wake up. You know, you're screaming, you're moving, you can't move, you can't say anything, you're trying to call on God, Jesus, whoever, right? I used to try to wake up. Now I just stay asleep. Now I go through the experience because I know who I am. So I go through the experience. So this force raises about out of my back. And once it took form, it was an imp. Once it took form, it was upset with me, like it was trying to scare me, but I'm looking at it like, I'm not afraid of you. At best, you pissing me off right now. But it's almost trying to fight with me. Like, imagine like this little motherfucker like just trying to fight at you, and you got your hand on his head like this, and it's swinging like this. That's what I was doing, and I grabbed it by his head, and I slammed it. Boom. And when I slammed it, poof, it disappeared. Needless to say, when I woke up, I sat down, and I said, wow, okay, that shit worked. That shit work. You can really cast shit from around you, cast things outside of you. And if you go read the Bible actually says this too, and I need to find the scripture that it says, but it says that you can cast things out of you. So this is a revelation of mine. You can cast things out of you, cast things that are around you, and you don't necessarily know how it got to be where it is. You don't know if it's always been with you. You don't know if you just attracted it. You don't know what it is. You don't know where it came from. You just know. So you have to be mindful of this. Don't walk around thinking that you got a real live halo over your head and you are incapable. No, that's not the case at all, because you don't know what energy you're attracting. You don't know where you've been. You don't know what's there. You don't know, depending on what state of mind you in, depending on what you're going through, shit attracts to you. That's the reason why, like, if you're having a down day, and you find yourself, like, let's say you're experiencing a bad breakup, you just lost something, you're going through something, let's say you're going through that, right? And you just find yourself wallowing low. And then suddenly you start having these thoughts in your mind, thoughts that you wouldn't normally have. When you're depressed, you have all kind of thoughts, suicide thoughts, want to hurt somebody thoughts, hurt yourself thoughts, do something that you would normally do thoughts, drink more than you normally drink, smoke more than you normally smoke, try different drugs, have more sex than you usually have. Like, these are underlying issues of depression, and these things are not to be ignored. But what happened is, that's a vibration. And when you're on that vibration, guess what? There are others on that vibration too. It can be the next door neighbor, it can be the person sitting beside you, it can be somebody over in China. Energy, vibrations. We're all intricately connected. You download that stuff, you start having thoughts that are not your own. You be like, why am I thinking this way? That's because somebody else is thinking that way. You're vibrating on their level. That's the reason why you have to level up. So in order to truly attract the tribe that you need, you got to ante up. You got to ante up your vibrations. You have to ante up your vibrations, or else you're just running on a hamster wheel, and you don't know why doors are not opening, or why doors keep closing, or why it seems like you're so close to this, but you just can't seem to get right. You have to stop, and you got to go internal, and you got to ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to work on within myself? And one of the videos that I'm going to make, I'm going to talk about the chakras, and I guess I'll speak on it briefly now. So this is the importance of aligning your chakra. We'll talk about the Kundalini another time, but I want to talk about the 7 chakras that are before you. In total, there are 114 chakras, but we identify with the 7 chakras. I guess you could say that this right here would be the center. The others are actually in the ether, but these are the 7 chakras. And so, you got the crown chakra, you got your third eye chakra, you got your throat chakra, you got your heart chakra, you got your, you got the others going on down, all the way down to your root chakra. So there's a such thing as your chakra being too open and your chakra being too closed. So let me give you an example. Let's say your chakra, let's say it's supposed to be the size of a CD. Let's say your chakra size is supposed to be the size of a CD. Well, when it's too open, it's the size of a pizza box. When it's too closed, it's the size of a cert, right? So when it's where it needs to be, that's perfect. But how do you know when your chakra is too open? Let me give you an example of your heart chakra, because I think we can all relate to this. Your heart chakra is too open when you don't know how to say no. When you got $20 I can borrow? Yes. Can you take me here? Yes. Can you watch my kids? Yes. Can I borrow this? Yes. Can you come in and work double time? Yes. Constantly saying yes. And it hurts you. It backfires on you because you can't ask for the same thing in return, and you find yourself in your feelings because what you're giving, you're not getting in return. What you're giving, you're not getting in return. So you find yourself hurt. Your chakra is too open. So how do you reassess that? You have to find the virtue that is associated with that chakra. So if your heart chakra is too open because all you do is say yes, then you got to learn how to say motherfucking no. No. I don't care who feeling it hurt. I don't care if they call you selfish. Self-preservation is the first thing. It's the first law in life. You got to preserve yourself. You got to preserve your happiness. You got to preserve your sanity. I tell everybody, I come first. I come first. Because if I'm not right, then how in the hell can I make everybody else that's around me right? I come first. People like my children come first, my woman come first. No, I come first. My health come first, my sanity come first. Because if my health ain't right, how can I provide? If my sanity ain't right, how can I maintain? I can't. So you have to put you first as it pertains to that. So you have to find the virtue that is associated with the heart chakra. So if yours is too open because all you do is say yes and you find yourself being disappointed all the time, learn to say no. Same thing with the throat chakra, which is something I've particularly been working on. And I'm extremely proud of me because I haven't raised my tone since August the 8th. I'm extremely proud of me. I've really been working on me, working on how I respond to people, not taking everything so personal, not being so easily offended, because I wear my emotions on my sleeve when I actually care. And if I don't care about you, then there's nothing that you can say to move me. But I think it's like that with most people. But I'm a sag, so I don't know how to fake kick it. I don't know how to pretend like I'm happy and I'm not. I don't know how to do that. I don't even want to know how to do that. I don't even respect people that can fake kick it. I don't know how to do that. Right? It's not a born talent of mine. So your throat chakra. Let's say your throat chakra is supposed to be the size of a CD. When it's too open, it's the size of a pizza box. When it's too closed, it's the size of a shirt. So how do you know when it's too open? When you respond out of haste. When you anger easily. When you talk yourself out of situations. Talk yourselves out of positions. Over talking. Not listening, but just over talking. And I'm talking about you spazzing out, going in. You don't want to own your wrong. You don't want to hold yourself accountable. It's all about what you're saying and what nobody else can say. What you think and what nobody else can think. What you feel and what nobody else feel. So, if all you do is talk, snap, yep, and you don't know how to be quiet, then you have to find the virtue that's associated with your throat chakra. What's that? If you talk too much, shut the fuck up. Be quiet. Shh. Listen. That's what I do now. I listen. And then do I want to respond the way I would normally respond? Yeah. Because it comes easy. That's what the body knows. That's what my mind knows. Because I've been like that for so long. You've been like that for so long that's the first response. That's the body. That's what it wants to do. Right? So, does that surge, does that urge run through me to where I want to respond? Yes. What do I do? Calm down. And if I'm talking to somebody, I say, calm down. Why your decibel this high when my decibel just this low? Shh, calm down. Calm down. It ain't that serious. Right? So, it takes some work. What happens is, out of making it a habit, it becomes a habit. And then you find that being you. And then you start to like it. Like, I like who I am now. You know, you don't realize there's a problem until you start working on yourself. Then you be like, oh shit, yeah, I kind of was an asshole. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said it like that or did it like this. Or see, if I see you hard in everything, I see you. Don't think I don't see you. I know you. Oh shit. But anyway, so once you start becoming more mindful of how you respond to others, I find this to be true. Instead of trying to change other people, work on yourself first, and people will be inspired by your change. I find that to be very true. I've always known that to be true. But some things, I love you too, but some things are easier said than done. So when we're talking about like aligning the chakra, that goes for the same thing with the root chakra. Your root chakra on fire because all you like to do is have sex because you think that's going to heal you somehow, some way. You think you can find peace and pleasure and just constantly having sex, and you're having sex with no purpose. Like, I understand, like the sole purpose of sex is for two reasons and two reasons only: procreation and manifestation. We either creating life, or we're trying to manifest and attract something to us. And we know that the most sacred energy is the sexual energy. But if that's not the case, and now all we're doing is just, your chakra is too open. Nothing good can come from that. You know how much energy you take on when you just open up your womb, or when when you sticking your key inside of just any lock, you know the energy that you're taking on. And that's something else to think about. Even if you're protected, you can't protect yourself from energy with a condom. That don't work that way. That ain't how that work. That ain't how that work. It's energy. When your chakras are too open, when your root chakra is too open, you can contract things that you can't get rid of. You can take on energy, and it infuses you in a negative way. You start having these thoughts. You start feeling this type of way. You don't know. You just lose yourself. Because in the moment, it feels good, right? But what happens after you bust that nut? What happens the next day when you wake up? And you're thinking about what you did the day before, and you're thinking about who you did it with. You see how those seeds work? Because the moment that you start giving it thought is the moment that you plant those seeds, and the more that you begin to think about it, the more you water those seeds, then it becomes a real thing. That's how it works. It's like a domino effect. You do it, you regret it. When you regret it, you're adding water to it. The more you regret it, now it becomes a real thing inside of you. So what do? Calm down. Calm down. If you're not doing it with the purpose in mind, or if you're not doing it with your partner, and even y'all should be doing it with a purpose in mind. Men, women, the same thing that applies to us don't apply to you, and vice versa. Like, you guys are the receivers, we are the givers, so we give our lives. Must I give you the Black Widow concept? The jumping spider concept? The praying mantis concept? Must I give you these concepts? When they mate kill them. Well, that applies to us as well. When we mate and we release, what do? We fall asleep. Sleep is the cousin of death. So we literally give our lives. And you wonder why the generation is walking around here these days looking drained. Drained, dry to the bones. It's going to come a time for all that makeup that women are wearing because they think it makes them look prettier. You're going to definitely have to wear that when you start drying yourself out, because you're not taking care of yourself. You're over-sexualizing yourself. It's what you're sharing to the market. It's what you're promoting to the world. Sex. And this is what's going on in the world. Like, our vibrations are so off. I know in my lifetime, this is the lowest I've ever seen the vibrations. The so-called conscious community is about like the church to me now. What were the churches when the pandemic first hit? Why they wasn't slapping their coats around and healing the sick then? Because it showed itself to be what it never was. It was never real to begin with. Look at the so-called conscious community now. People I thought would have never succumbing to this nonsense. This is the time when we're supposed to be talking about the importance of alkaline in our bodies, and alkaline, drinking our alkaline water, and making sure we're taking our probiotics and fiber and doing what we're supposed to be doing, the importance of grounding ourselves through meditation. We have to reset our mind because the world has took a reset. When the pandemic happened, that was the world resetting itself. When the world reset it, we should have reset it. Those of us that know better, we must reset. And we must conjoin. And hold me accountable. Because I've been saying I'm going to do this. I got to start getting on the phone with those of you that I know real. People like I know you real. Like, we supposed to be talking every day for real. You know what I mean? I got to start getting on the phone with those of you that I know that are real, because these are the times when we're really supposed to really be coming together for real, for real. Your vibe really attracts your tribe. But I'm so in this loop that I've been in for like a decade. This is when I'm at peace. This is when I'm most comfortable, when I'm alone. This is what I know. This is when I'm grounded. This is when I'm at my happiest, when I am alone. Like, I love being around my family. Love being around my children. Love it, love it, love it. But I just find peace in my alone time. I'm grounded in my alone time. I'm healthier in my alone time. You know, I don't overdo it. And that's going to be the thing when I officially retire. And I think that's the reason why I'm playing double dutch with this thing. If I really wanted to just stop now, I could stop now. But I think I'm playing double dutch because I have to mentally prepare myself. What are you going to do when you wake up every single day and there is nothing to do except what you want to do? You got, you know, your diet. I sip. When I'm out here, I don't do anything. When I'm at home, I drink. When I'm out here, I don't do anything. It's just water. It's juice. And if I had a very long day, I might grab a beer. A very long day. But I don't run as hard as I used to either, because we're self-employed. So I don't run as hard as I used to. I kind of move how I want to move, so I don't really ever have a reason to really just to go down that lane. But when I'm home, it's different. I'm on vacation, I'm with my family, we tripping, we having fun, we doing this, we doing that. I'm the life of the party, let my children tell it. I'm the life of the party. So when I'm there, like, it's a lot of fun. But when I'm out here, man, I'm really focusing on what I need, what's more beneficial. And I'm just on this vibe, y'all. And I hope this video really inspire y'all, because I'm about to cut it short and go ahead and start my day. But I hope this video really inspire y'all. Like, go within when you sleep. I did it. It works. Go within when you're asleep. Play your 436, 32 kilohertz, whatever you want to listen to. Healing. Go to YouTube, find some videos about healing, and just let it play. I like to play, you know, the astral projection type of healing, because I like the astral project. Like, I attempted for the past 2 nights to do it. Like, so I'm back on that kind of time now. When at first I stopped trying to do it. Now I'm back on that type of time where, like, okay, I'm telling myself subconsciously, astral project, go visit your ancestors, go visit your people. And I felt my body at one time in my sleep last night. I felt my body doing this hard vibration. And I think, I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all, I think I kind of got spooked when I thought it was about to happen, and then I just said, nah, I won't do it. Because I ain't did it in so long, consciously I ain't did it in so long, and I forget what that feel like to lay there, and then your body just does this hard vibration. And then that's when your soul begins to rise up out of your body, and that shit is like bench pressing weights. That the heaviest bench press you ever pushed in your life, my experience, you know. But once you're out, you're out. But that vibration can kind of throw you off. The shit might scare you, man. But you just got to go through with it anyway. And I ain't go through with it last night, so I felt it about to happen. I know where I am right now. I know I'm in a good place. You know, that little imp that I tossed around. For those of you that are tuning in now, go back and check out the beginning of the video so you can catch up to what I'm saying. That was a real thing. I wrestled with an imp the other night. That was a real thing. And I remember just sitting there like, whoa, I did it. I said, if there's anything around me that shouldn't be around me, remove anything inside of me that shouldn't be inside of me, cast it out. Align my chakras. Balance me. I need balance. Heal me. Heal me. I need balance. I'm really working on myself. So I talk to myself internally when I'm asleep. I'm really working on myself. Heal, heal, heal. Balance, balance, balance. Remove anything from around me that shouldn't be around me. If it's in me, cast it out. I cast it out of myself. I know, you know, I ain't always on my rocker. I know that I can be in certain places and I can attract certain energies depending on what type of day I'm having and what kind of mood I'm already in. I know that. So I know that nobody is spirit proof, demon proof. Nobody's demon proof. Why you think we charge our crystals, and why you think we wear our copper, and why you think, you know, we do our rituals and we do our spell? We have to constantly protect ourselves. You don't just get it and you got it and that's it. That ain't how that work. They always trying to find a loophole. They always trying to peep some sort of weakness. This is what they do. Your 9 to 5 consists of doing whatever your 9 to 5 is. They 9 to 5 is to get on your ass, find you at your weakest point and get you. And everybody have a weak point at some day. Everybody. So you burn your sage. Become mindful of these things. Don't think you are without it. Don't think it can't happen to you because it can. So I make videos later where I'm going a little bit more into detail. But I just been working on me, y'all. Venus, I know you know that. My whole household know that. They look at me crazy now when I don't raise my voice. They used to walk around just knowing I'm about to snap about everything. I don't snap no more. I don't snap no more. I don't allow nothing to move me like that no more. Like, I care. I just don't care enough to lose everything I got behind my attitude. You feel me? It ain't worth it. You can push people away in the midst of your change. And I said that in my video yesterday. Change is good. How you go about change determines if it's good or bad. Like, you can't push people away that really want to be a part of your life. You don't do that. That's not right. That ain't okay. You have to communicate what you're going through. If you need some downtime to yourself, just say you need some time to yourself. You know, if you find yourself feeling the type of way, make sure you let people know, hey, it's not you, it's me. I'm working on me. A little agitated right now. It's like a detox. Any type of detox you go through, when you've been doing something for so long and you decide that you don't want to do it no more, and that's what your body know. When you can't get that cigarette, you're going to be a little aggravated, a little agitated. When you can't get that drink, when you can't get whatever you do. Hell, I know people that when they can't get a blunt, you know what I'm saying, they mood be off. It's just what it is. It's just a habit. It's what you know. You know, you associate feel good with that habit. It's okay. People do the same shit with food. I love watermelon. Right? But you have to communicate that to people. You have to communicate that to others, especially people that really want to be in your life, especially people that mean you well, especially people that always reminding you that you are of great value to them and they do love you. And you know, you have to do right by those people. And so that's kind of where I am, you know, because I got this. I don't need nobody type of attitude. That ain't the right attitude to have, but that's just the sag in me though. That's just the fire in me. We tend to perform better when our back's against the wall and we feel like the whole world is against us. It's just kind of what it is, right? And I don't want to lose that ability because I think that's a superpower. However, I don't want to lose the people that care about me either. You know what I mean? It all goes back to balance. And I think that's a good way. I think that's a good way to end this video. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Level up, y'all. You know what time it is. Peace.